And that report will be a text report. I mean,
yes.
Do you have, does the Commission envisage any kind of public discussion based on that? I mean, usually what happens is reports, as you know, is unfortunately, however well researched they are, they're forgotten.
No, absolutely. so there's an element of the Commission project which is built in.
Yeah.
Taking the report forward is sort of built in for lobbying, discussion like this. Yeah, I mean, definitely. So we will have at least 3 to 4 months of work, which will take the Commission report forward in some manner.
Has the Commission's work, in and of itself, but also being able to tap into, do you feel, post-war, a greater hope of return? Is there, with that hope, a greater impatience that
oh my goodness, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, see, in relation to the Northern Muslims, the end of the war is hugely significant. Okay, I mean, earlier peace processes, there was a spark of hope, but the presence of the LTT, right? I mean, the LTT expelled the Muslims, right? The presence of the LTT,
non-starter,
was a huge stumbling block. So this is the first time that it really feels like there's a new opportunity, right? That return is possible. Northern Muslim presence in the north is a possibility for the future. This is the first time that feeling is really tangible, right? So of course, people are waiting to go. There's such an eagerness, such a strong feeling of need to go back, to feel, so the need to connect is there. How, in what way, and how quickly that connection will happen is a different question. But the need to connect is very palpable.
How many have actually gone back to, you said that some have gone back to see and maybe have come back. Is there any evidence that people have actually just visited, not resettled, but just visited to see where they might have lived, how the situation is?
I think lots and lots and lots of people
have actually just gone and exactly.
But there are issues like this, limitations of access. Right?
Meaning what exactly? I mean, to the areas in the north.
I mean, there's some roads are not cleared.
Right.
Some places, some villages are secondary forest. So you just can't access it. So there are those kinds of limitations that stop people from going. But other than that, the need to go back and reconnect is huge. So I think people are going back. People are going back in droves, actually.
And is there reciprocity? You said you were talking to the other communities in the north there as well. Do you feel that there's a willingness to kind of embrace these returnees 20 years hence?
Well, actually, we don't know yet. We are planning. The Commission will be visiting Jaffna.
Okay.
I mean, it is then that we will have a sense of that, really. We don't really know of that. I mean, we have different stories of people who've come back and told us, Some experiences have been good, some not so good.
I'm sure.
So, but we, as the Commission, hasn't really gotten a sense of that yet.
Now, to come back to probably end on a personal note, I mean, you've been engaged with this for years, I mean, passionately so as well. Are you hopeful, not necessarily through the Commission, that the work you are doing will result in some kind of change, positive, meaningful, sustainable change for these communities on the ground, whether they choose to stay, whether they choose to go, in terms of meeting their aspirations now, in the future? Well,
hopefully, at least in terms of small steps, okay? Because, there are issues like this. For instance, it is not clear to many in, say, the aid community, the NGO community, the international community, as to what the position of the Northern Muslims is in terms of return. So, 2 things are happening. One is that people are not putting money into the displaced community in Puttalam because they feel that they will go back. Right? So, building toilets, those kinds of small things are not happening for extremely poor communities in dire straits, right? So, I mean, if we can impact even that, that will be one good thing. And then, in the north, if there is some interest, in sort of drawing attention to the Muslim need as being different from other kinds of displacement, or at least maybe not just the Muslims, but long-term displacement as requiring different kinds of measures as opposed to, displacement that is not so long-term, okay? But, I mean, other than that, this whole project is also a historical documentation project.
And a very valuable one at that, actually.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a narrative that we want to create for the future, generations of Northern Muslims themselves, and for, the greater Muslim community polity in Sri Lanka, and sort of the greater, the Sri Lankan polity itself that doesn't really know about this, and sort of the small instances. Like I said earlier, I mean, it's not part of the historical narrative. The Northern Muslim expulsion, it doesn't sort of jump out at you when you think about the conflict. So it's to correct that as well. So,
I mean, it's tremendous work, really. Wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
And the Commission's work, and we very much look forward to the report when it comes out in October this year. Thanks very much.
Thank you.